So I'm delighted to introduce for this session Saxl Rose. Saxl is a touring musician. Saxl is going to share with us his journey with Crohn's disease over many, many years and how he has been able to adapt and to thrive really with Crohn's disease as well as a very busy life as a touring musician. So I'm delighted to welcome Saxl Rose to join me here on the podium.
All right, everyone good?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Really, I'm here today just to present the patient perspective. And I just want to thank you all, first of all, for being here and for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for even inviting me to come here. And it's just an honor, truly, so thank you. I decided to title this presentation, Impact Through Music, How the Worst Day of My Life Helped My Dreams Come True. Just to give you a little background, before my diagnosis, my entire family is musical. Dad is a musician still to this day. My godfather was the guitarist for Teddy Pendergrass up until Teddy passed away. My mom up there, she somehow got on stage doing something and also was a DJ as well. My brother played, so my entire family is musical. My dad and my godfather were both in a band together. And as you can see, they both still perform with me to this day, my dad and my godfather. Music was always the thing that I wanted to do, and I felt like playing in elementary school, middle school, and high school, I eventually hit what I like to refer to as the fork in the road. Most of my uncles, grandfathers were all in the military. My brother got accepted into the Naval Academy to study aeronautical engineering. He's currently a pilot. Had the opportunity to take part in 2 different programs in the summer seminar that the Naval Academy hosts every year, where they bring in incoming seniors to experience the Naval Academy for 1 week. So they run you through all the different training, they're running through the classes. And the week after that was the Berkeley College of Music saxophone program, and I got accepted into both. This was kind of my opportunity to test both things out to see if I even enjoyed anything in the military. Also, take part at the Berkeley College of Music to see which one I liked. I ended up moving forward with the military process and received 2 congressional nominations to attend the Merchant Marine Academy and West Point Military Academy. I got really, really sick. I woke up in the morning. I'd been experiencing symptoms for years leading up to this. My stomach hurt all the time. I was always getting nauseous at work, getting sent home early. This was a regular day for me. When I woke up this particular day, I couldn't move. I woke up in the morning and I was so sick, nauseous, I could not move. So I called my brother, who came in and picked me up physically, put me in the car, and took me to the hospital. As soon as I got there, they did a blood test, and they were like, you have to go to the ER right now. And they kept me there Christmas Eve until New Year's Day, essentially. Crohn's disease. I had a huge blockage in my colon that essentially, the reason I was getting sick all the time, every time I ate, food wasn't able to really process through my colon the right way. So I was getting sick every time I ate, anytime I woke up in the morning, anytime I went to sleep. This was just a regular experience for me. They did an operation to remove the blockage from my colon. When I got done in the hospital, at the recommendation of a lot of my family, to kind of put the music to the side and focus on a really sustainable career, maybe come back to music or do it on the side. I'd already kind of moved forward with that plan. Once I received a letter saying that I was failed medically, essentially had to go back to square one, figuring out what I was going to do with the rest of my life. Adjusting to this new diet, all these doctor's appointments I had, got started on Remicade infusions right away that I still receive every 8 weeks. I met the lead singer of this band, and he was like, hey, I'm looking for a drummer. You know anyone who plays drums? And I was like, I play drums. Like, why not? Started networking at shows, talking to other musicians. I started my own band. Also started an internship at a record label / management company called Alto in Silver Spring, which I was driving to 3 days a week for free, which fast forward brings me to the actual process of me becoming Saxl Rose. I went to the studio to record my own band. As I was in the studio, the producer who was producing the record was working on this song, and he said, man, I got this pop song and I really wish I knew someone who played sax because this song would be perfect for it. Up until that point, saxophone had never been something that I thought was going to be an actual viable career for me because I didn't want to play in a jazz band. I didn't want to play classical music. The band route, either playing guitar or playing drums, was probably the most viable career in my mind, or maybe going into management. I never thought about playing the sax, even though I had still been playing it this whole time. I was like, bro, I play the sax, I keep it in the car, it's in the car right now. Laid the solo down, he took a video of it and shared it on his Instagram, and a bunch of people started following me, and other musicians and bands. And I was like, bro, I just came up with this idea. I was like, I bet you I could do more saxophone features for other bands and artists if more people knew that I played saxophone. All these bands, they just know me as the guitarist or the drummer. I bet you if I focus more on creating awareness about me as an all-around musician, I could probably get some more gigs that way. Our cover of the song Ain't It Fun by the band Paramore and they saw it instantly as soon as I posted on Twitter and shared it, and the numbers started going up and people started hitting me up.
Saxl Rose on the saxophone, right, y'all? Saxl Rose, y'all.
You all get the point. So there's been some really good doing all these cool things really has just been one opportunity after the next, and me just kind of adjusting through each change and each opportunity that came my way and figuring out what the next move is, which I call life changes. Me getting all these offers for brand deals, partnering with different companies in and outside of music, and just forming different partnerships and bringing a lot of people into what I'm doing through the creation of my own brand, which is Saxl Rose, and also just being more open about my condition. For a long time, I didn't really talk about it. It was just something I dealt with privately. But as I started being more experienced touring, and I started talking to other artists, managers, people who were on the road who had the same condition I did, maybe worse, just realized like, man, people could probably really benefit from seeing me and hearing me talk about this condition that I have, and I'm still out here trying to do the best that I possibly can. And as I've gotten to do that, it's been really cool. I get messages all the time from parents who are like, my son has Crohn's and my son has colitis, and it's just cool to see you doing what you do. Or maybe it's not even Crohn's, maybe it's something completely different. You know, it's another condition, but the fact that I've been able to kind of persevere through symptoms, treatments, and stuff like that, it's been really cool for other people. I have like a video on my YouTube where I just show what it's like. Every time I post a picture of getting my infusion, people would message me like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, I just sit here for an hour and like eat snacks and go to sleep. Like, I'm fine. Whenever you're in the hospital, there's an IV drip, people just panic thinking the worst case scenario. The video that I posted to my YouTube just showing what your average infusion is like. So now anytime someone asks me, I just link into the video. Like, if you're really curious, you can go check this video out. I literally sit here for a couple hours in this chair and eat snacks and get my blood pressure taken, and then I'm out the door. Being forced to switch medications or infusion locations despite long-term success, I've had to switch infusion centers countless times. I was on Remicade from when I got diagnosed until last year, and then they switched me to SYOS. My question was, why am I being forced to change the medication when I'm already experiencing long-term success, what I have now? And the answer for that was my insurance company just refused to cover Remicade as it was, which is getting too expensive. So they just decided to drop it. I did appeal and they approved it for like one more run through, but then they just dropped it after that. They told me that this generic version would probably work the exact same way, but my issue was the fact that if my doctor made that decision, that would have been one thing, but it wasn't my doctor who made that decision. It was other people in my office who just decided that they weren't going to cover this medicine anymore. That could have an effect on me as a patient. I don't think my doctor had any say in what was best for me as a patient. If that was what was best for me, I would have been all for it. You have no idea how many times I've been in LA or when I went to the UK and I've asked my infusion center, like, hey, listen, I have my infusion coming up. Can we work something out? Can you send the script to the hospital that's closest to the venue so I could just kill two birds with one stone instead of having to fly back home or whatever it is? For whatever reason, it's rarely possible that I'm able to do that. And when I say me as the patient, I'm talking about me and everyone else who's the patient as well. These are things that we deal with on the regular. When I first got diagnosed with Crohn's, she came to me and was like, I also have Crohn's. If you have any questions at all, I've already had to deal with this. And it was really cool. Before I came to this, I called her and asked her, is there anything that you want me to pass on while I'm here? I felt like what she said kind of encapsulated a lot of the things that other people said as well. She has a full-time job, great insurance, even she's had to figure out who has my back, who do I call when the insurance company says, hey, we're not covering this medicine anymore. I'm in a great position where I have direct emails to people who are part of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. She is at home going to work every day, like thousands of other people are. Who's keeping her in mind? Who's going to be the one to step in when she has a question or needs help for something? My original goal, as I told you, when I created the idea behind Saxl Rose, was just to create visibility about me as an artist, to try to get as many eyes on me as possible and make my dream come true. And I'm using the same concept when it comes to this, which is through the eyes that are already on me, maybe I can bring their eyes on this disease, even if it's just for a second or one quick video, to create an overall impact, using my music and my platform to get more eyes on this disease, sharing the spotlight with people like Kendall, who I just focused on. I feel like I'm pretty lucky. At the end of the day, I do have Crohn's, but through my treatments, I don't experience really any symptoms anymore. My medicine has worked for me, But there were so many other people I've talked to, my friend Jordan, people in the music industry who had to go through trials and trials of medicines that didn't work for them until they finally got to the one that worked for them. I didn't have to do that. I got surgery, it was in a really bad way. They put me on medicine, and then I just felt great. I have something interesting and unique to bring to the table that I could offer and maybe help other people as well. Even though this is a speaking engagement and I'm not really performing, I still thought it would be cool to include the IBD Innovate conference on my flyer, just to let other people know, like, hey, I'm not performing, but this is something that you should still know about. I'm doing this, I'm taking part in this, and this is something important. Hope you all enjoyed everything, and I got 8 minutes left, so.